In today's video, I'm going to be taking a closer look at 15 hidden fees which most of the home buyers don't have even a clue that exist and that they have to pay for them. With that being said, after watching this video, I want you to have a much better idea how much money you will have to put aside to cover all the closing costs and rest of the fees in order to buy a home. But before we get started, make sure you smash that like button, destroy the subscribe button, and don't forget about that bell button because that's gonna alert you of every single new video I'm gonna be posting on my channel. Oh, and this is something what I wanted to mention in my last video. My channel finally surpassed 100 subscribers, which I'm so thankful for. Thank you very much, guys, for your support. You are awesome. Please keep on supporting my channel and I'll try my best to deliver best of the videos I can do. My next goal is to 10x this number because that's what Uncle G is saying to do. So let's shoot for 1,000 subscribers. To show you my deep appreciation of your support, I'm gonna be doing a great giveaway. All the rules and everything will be posted on my Instagram account. So head over there, give me a follow, and you will be able to win grand prize, which is set of AirPods. And now without further ado, let's start with the video. Some of the fees I will be talking about in this video are part of your closing costs and some are not. And to kick the things off, we're going to be starting off with home inspection. It is not part of your closing costs and therefore you will have to pay out of your pocket. It can cost you anywhere from $350 all the way to $1,000 depending on the size of the property and amenities which are included in the house. So if the house we're purchasing has pool, jacuzzi, sauna, or any other amenities, then of course the inspection will be more expensive. Main goal of the home inspection is to find out as much details about the condition of the house we're about to purchase.
Looks like this caulk is starting to crack. Must be structural.
Home inspector goes out to the property and checks all the major components like roof, plumbing, foundation, electrical, and list all the issues which are connected to the condition of the house. After receiving their report, you can decide whether you want to continue with the transaction and purchase the property or you want to cancel the transaction. Number 2 is termite inspection. This is usually paid by seller, but since we're in such a heavy seller's market, many buyers decide to take over this responsibility, and to make their offer more attractive to the seller, they pay for termite inspection. It can run anywhere from $350 all the way to $650 depending on the size of the property. It is conducted by licensed professional. Termite inspector comes out to the property and determines whether there is a live infestation or not. Based on the results of this inspection, the seller needs to either spot treat the property or tent the whole house, or if the results are negative, we can move on in transaction. Number 3 is appraisal. This is one of the most important reports throughout the whole home buying transaction. It is directly tied to your loan, and the bank's gonna send a licensed professional who's called appraiser to assess the value we're about to purchase. And it better come in the greater or the same value we are offering for the property. Otherwise, your loan can get denied and the whole transaction can fall apart and you end up with no home. If you are VA approved buyer, first and foremost, thank you for your service. This appraisal report is going to cost you $675. If you're using other loan like conventional loan, it can cost you all the way up to $750. If you're curious how the whole home buying process works, I made a separate video over here and you can watch it later. Let's move on to number 4, which is title insurance. Traditionally in Hawaii, 60% of the title insurance is paid by the seller and 40% by the buyer. This fee is part of your closing fees and it is handled by title and escrow company. The more expensive the property is, the higher title insurance is gonna be. Just to give you an example, in 2020, the average sales price of a single family home in Hawaii was $1,014,000, and in that case, the title insurance for this amount paid by buyer would be around $1,600. Number 5, talking about escrow companies. They have to get paid too. They are handling the whole paperwork and everything in the background of the transaction. The main point of escrow company is that at the end of the transaction, you as a buyer receive a clean title to your property and the seller receive the money for the property. For all these services they are handling, they're going to be charging you anywhere around $1,300 per transaction. Number 6, all escrow companies work hand in hand with attorneys. They are actually the one who are preparing all the documents, making sure everything is according to law, and they're going to be charging for their services around $200. And again, these are part of your closing fees. Number 7, recording fee. It is going to cost you $122 to record your interest and ownership in the property. It is paid to Bureau of Conveyance and it is part of your closing cost. Number 8, notary fees. Most of the escrow companies got rid of in-person signing and therefore we have to use services of the mobile notary. But it's actually kind of nice and convenient for the clients because they don't have to go to escrow office. They can sign the paperwork from the luxury of their home. It's going to cost about $200 for these services and they are part of the closing fees. Number 9, property taxes are part of your closing fees, and escrow company will calculate how much the seller owes for the property taxes and how much the buyer owes for the property taxes based on the date when you're closing on the property. So the property taxes will be prorated for you. Sellers are responsible for the part of the year they stayed and owned the property. You as a new owner will be paying the rest of the year. Number 10, homeowners insurance. Unless you are one of the luckiest person on the planet Earth who can buy a property over here in Hawaii straight up cash, you will be required to hold an insurance on your property. If you're purchasing with a loan, every lender will require you to pay 1 year of the property insurance in advance. These are your closing costs or part of your closing costs. When talking about the loans, one of the most important things to watch out for is your interest rate. And that brings me to number 11, which is buying down the rate. Most of the lenders will offer you to lower the interest rate by paying the points. And what is the points? It is basically paying upfront to the lender for lowering your interest rate. 1 point equals 1% of your loan amount. So let's say we are buying a home for $1 million and we are coming up with 20% down payment, which is $200,000, and our loan amount would be $800,000. 1 point equals 1% of $800,000, which is $8,000. But remember, your interest rate is not depending only on how much points you're going to pay to the lender. It is heavily tied to your income, your credit score, debt to income ratio, and other variables. One of the last and main things lenders going to charge you for is underwriting fee, which is our number 12. This fee differs from lender to lender, but the most common ones are between $900 and $1,100. Number 13, HOA transfer fee. What is HOA? HOA stands for Home Owners Association. So this fee will most likely apply to all the condominiums and all the homes which are part of homeowners association. These fees varies from association to association, and you are basically paying to change the records of association, and also some of the fees might be applied for you getting a new fob key or any other entry key to access HOA amenities. Last two fees are lease hidden fees, but I still included in this video because I feel it is important to know. Number 1, it is earnest money deposit. In order for you to buy a home in Hawaii and anywhere else, you gotta send an offer to the seller. It is a whole bunch of paperwork saying that you are very interested in their property and purchasing their property, and these are the conditions under which you will be buying the property. But guess what? People don't like whole bunch of paperwork. Who would like whole bunch of paperwork, right? What seller likes is money. So first thing they're gonna tell you, show me the money. And that's where your earnest money deposit come into place. Earnest money deposit is honest deposit which tells the seller that you are really serious about buying the property, and here is my money as a security deposit that I am really a serious buyer. Depending on the purchase price of the property, this earnest money deposit can vary anywhere from 1 to 5% of the purchase price. It is solely up to you and advice of your agent how much money you want to tie up to your offer. Please remember that this earnest money deposit is part of your down payment, so it counts towards the purchase price of the property. Last but not least, number 15, additional money deposit. This is something special for Hawaii real estate, and additional money deposit is usually due 3 days after J1 inspection. And what is J1 inspection? Number 1 on our list in this video was home inspection. So home inspection is part of your due diligence J1 period. Additional money deposit is part of your down payment, and it is not count towards your closing fees. So at the end of the transaction, when you come to the closing table, earnest money deposit and additional money deposit are accounted towards your down payment. These are all the fees you will encounter when you will try to buy a property over here in Hawaii. I really hope that this video helps you with understanding all the fees connected to home buying process. If you're trying to do quick math, how to account for closing costs, you count 1.5% of purchase price and you reserve those funds towards the closing cost. That's it. This was the last information of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget about my giveaway because I'm doing a 100 subscribers giveaway as a thank you to you guys who are following my YouTube channel. So all the rules are on my Instagram account. So head over there, give me a follow, and find out how you can enter and win the prize. Until the next time, aloha!